All right, this video before I even get started is a little complicated. I'm talking about mentality here. So I do have a script. So if you see me looking off to it, I don't want to read about it in the comments, okay? And we have bigger problems to talk about because DBD has always had problems. Most are mechanical and a lot are balance issues. Take, for example, map RNG. But others, and the one I want to talk about today, is a cultural issue. It's one that's been breaking games for me for months, if not over a year, and some I would maybe even stretch to say going as far back as Knight's release, and that's the go next mentality. For those unfamiliar with go next, it's practically the mindset that the moment a match doesn't immediately go your way, it's not worth playing. One teammate gets caught early, DC. The killer brought corrupt intervention, DC. The knee on your team brought a head cosmetic that you just don't like for whatever reason? The answer is obvious. DC. And sure, on the surface, it seems harmless. People want good matches. I totally get that. That's super fair. But this mindset is damaging to almost every aspect of DBD. From teamwork to killer feedback to even the way you learn and play the game. So let's break it down piece by piece and talk about why Go Next might be a bigger killer for DBD than its own spaghetti code. Solo queue survivors already have it rough. No comms, no coordination, and every match feels like you're gambling between whether your teammate's gonna be the gamer god from gaming heaven or a goat off a farm. It's so hard, and then when you add the Go Next mentality into the mix, it becomes completely unplayable. Here's what happens. Someone goes down early, and instead of resetting or preparing for the save, someone hides. Another teammate hides on the edge of the map, and the person on hook tries to go to the next match immediately. That has an extremely strong ripple effect. When you don't know if your teammates are even going to try, you stop trusting them. So now you're playing selfishly, free-throwing pallets, avoiding unsafe saves, and maybe not taking chase when it would benefit the team. Your own escape takes priority over teamwork. And that makes sense. It's a survival game. I totally understand. You want to survive, pip up, and get rewarded. But when everybody plays like that, it goes from being a 4v1 asymmetrical horror game to a 1v1v1v1 mill of frustration and anger and salts, and the game breaks. I would wager solo queue is not even hard because of the strong killers being released like Ken Koniki. It's hard because survivors stop playing as a team the moment things go sideways. Go Next doesn't even just ruin that one match. It teaches you to expect failure in every single match. This is the part most Survivor mains probably aren't gonna want to listen to, but I'm a killer main and I wanted to talk about my experience with this as well. And I'm sure this is an experience a lot of other killers have, and hopefully even if you play Survivor, you might be able to hear me out on this. You finally get a good start. You had a smart chase, an early down, you got pressure on the gens. It's a match you've earned. But instead of getting to play that out, two survivors DC and the others give up. The match is effectively over before it even begins. Okay, what happens next? You finish the match, maybe get a nice little more at the end. It feels a little unrewarding, but we queue in, we're ready for the next match, and you get outplayed. Maybe you don't find anybody. Maybe your first chase lasts minutes, and that's the match that goes to the full length. Suddenly, the only games you're playing are the ones where you lose, while the ones where you do well are just instant rage quits by your opponents. It's negative reinforcement at its finest. You're not being rewarded for playing well, you're being punished with short, unsatisfying matches. People forget that killers also just want to play the game and maybe even improve. And when every decent start gets cut short by a few DCs, it's really no wonder killers are getting burned out and turn toxic. You either stomp or get stomped, and either way, it's not a lot of fun. Now let's talk about improvement, because I mentioned it a little bit, because Go Next absolutely fucking murders it. Dead by Daylight is a game of adaptation. You're supposed to lose sometimes. You're supposed to get outplayed by people that are just simply better than you. You will never, unless you're Nightlight or somebody like that, be the best player in your lobby. But that's how you learn, by figuring out what went wrong and trying something different in your next match. But the Go Next mindset skips that process almost entirely. Instead of thinking, how could I have helped or done better in this one scenario when something went wrong? Or was there a better rotation I could have taken? People just alt tab and wait in the queue. They don't review, they don't learn, they just bail. And this creates a weird kind of entitlement. People expect every match to go in their favor from the start. The moment it doesn't, it's unwinnable. But what about tempo shifts, comebacks, clutch plays? That's the most fun part of the game, and they're throwing it away because it's not perfect from minute one. You don't get better at DBD by playing the easy matches. You get better by surviving the rough ones. But we're at a point where DBD is less of a game almost and more of a highlight generator. The match isn't heading towards a flashy 4-man escape or an ego-boosting 4K. People don't want to finish it off. But the irony is that great moments come from adversity. The last second unhook under pressure, a sneaky locker save, a head-on play that was never seen coming, a killer comeback after a rough start with no hex perks left. But none of those happen if everyone quits the moment something goes wrong. People say they want fun games, but fun isn't always easy. Fun means engaging. Fun means dramatic. And that really only happens when people stay and fight. Even, I would actually argue, especially when it's tough. In short, the go next mentality is killing the heart and soul of Dead by Daylight. Survivors don't trust each other, killers don't get fair matches, nobody wants to learn or improve, and everyone just wants easy wins and cool clips. And in the process, the core of what makes DBD exhilarating and exciting, the adaptation, the tension, the unknown, not the killer, though very cool design, is just getting thrown away. So here's my challenge to you. Stick it out. Next time your teammate goes down early, don't quit. Next time you get tunneled on spawn on a bad map, don't throw. Play it through, see what happens. At least take the opportunity to try and loop in a different way. Try a new technique. Not every match will be fun. I can't even promise that they'll all be fair. But what I can definitely guarantee you is that the matches that you will remember are not the ones that went perfectly. They'll be the ones where you fought like hell and turned it around. So stick it through. I promise you, if you stay through the hard moments and you try and persevere and take something out of your losses, you'll get something worthwhile at the end of it. With that being said, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments. Tell me about some of your experiences. How do you deal with Go Next players? And what would you like to change about the DBD community mindset? Thanks for watching. I stream almost every day. I'm probably live right now. Go hang out there. Tell me there what you think if you want and you're brave enough. Until then, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. For some... Fuck my life. Fuck you, Levi. Fuck you. Fuck you, Levi. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Okay. All right.